Over in Orlando, we are currently witnessing history as the brand new theme park Epic Universe is set to debut in summer of 2025. And with that being built, there's tons of construction progress to see and talk about, so let's discuss it in today's video. What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to Exploring Attractions. My name is Scott, and you're watching your stop for all things theme park and attraction related. Hey, if you're new here, consider subscribing down below with those bell notifications on. Check out all the videos like this that you're watching right now. And as always, you can check out our Exploring Attractions website, exploringattractions.com. Everything else can be found down below in the description. Well, everyone, like I said, we are witnessing history, and that's because Epic Universe is currently being built right in front of us. And you know, when can you ever say that there's a theme park being built, at least in your country, that you can literally go visit the construction site if you wanted? And it's just amazing to think about that. And not only is it a brand new theme park, but it's themed around Universal Entertainment. Obviously, this is just a few miles down the way from the Universal Orlando Resort, and like we've covered before on this channel, lots is happening. So huge shout out to BioReconstruct, who always does such great shots of the different construction, and it really keeps us up to date with how the park's going. Now, the park's target date is for summer of 2025, but I'm going to boldly assume that it could get pushed earlier. The reason being is that with the different construction shots that Bio puts out every single week, it seems like progress ramps up extremely fast. So I want to make a bold prediction that summer 2025 is going to be a little bit earlier, but who knows? Only the experts know who are actually doing the construction work and everything. I just think with the current state of construction that we could see this earlier. But with that being said, let's get into the construction updates and give kind of a summary of everything going on at the current site right now. We'll first start off with Super Nintendo World, which is actually the easiest to tell where everything is located at. Seeing how obviously we see the layout of Japan's Super Nintendo World, and we see Hollywood's construction being constructed and very soonly opening in probably January of next year. I don't even think soonly is a word, I just said it. So it is extremely easy to tell how far along they are with the construction progress for at least Super Nintendo World. We see the Yoshi load station being constructed. Obviously it has that circle in the middle, so we know that's the Yoshi Omnimover ride. We see the massive building currently being constructed for Mario Kart's Koopa Challenge attraction, which will be the Mario Kart themed attraction there. That'll actually use augmented reality, and we have seen different shots from the Japan version, and it looks like a whole lot of fun. Looks like the technology is awesome, and we can't wait to experience it once it opens up next year. Of course, the only US park right now that's getting a third attraction would be the Donkey Kong roller coaster. That's a very unique roller coaster. So this is actually attached to an arm that makes it seem like you are jumping off of the track, but in reality you're actually attached to an arm. It's going to be such an awesome roller coaster, and nothing like this has been done, at least in the US, so I can't wait to check that out. Obviously themed to Donkey Kong. It's heavily rumored for Hollywood as well. They are getting an expansion plot over in Japan. That's 100% confirmed, so Donkey Kong will make his way to hopefully all the parks in the near future. Although, speaking on Yoshi, I don't think we'll ever see Yoshi in Hollywood. I think if they were going to build the Yoshi Omnimover attraction, they would have already built it with the current version of Super Nintendo World that they have. But I'm holding out hope for Donkey Kong because that would be awesome to have here in Hollywood. Overall though, like I said, it's going to be very easy to track and see the current state of progress for Super Nintendo World just because we see it constructed at the different parks. We see one that's 100% complete, and we see one that's like 80% complete. So we can't wait to see everything else start to ramp up, as well as the details and the different animated figures like we see here in Hollywood. Moving on to my most anticipated land, of course, and I'm sure all of you guys guessed it, and that's the Universal Classic Monsters land. So yes, Epic Universe will actually have a land themed to Universal Classic Monsters, and we get a great overview shot. And like I said, BioReconstruct does some amazing like 4K crisp shots to see everything that's going on. Like, if you don't follow him, I highly recommend doing so, because he even provides in-park construction updates too, always out of the parks, especially Universal, so I highly recommend you check him out. But anyways, we get an aerial shot of the Universal Monsters land, and you can see it's not no puny land. A lot of it's occupied by the main e-ticket attraction, but you can definitely see there is plenty of land for this Universal Monsters themed area, and I cannot wait. This is actually supposed to feature two attractions, one being a roller coaster, which was originally supposed to be something else, but now we actually see roller coaster footers in that area. It's looking like it's going to be more of a family coaster, but like I said, we'll have to wait and see. Right now, with the different coasters, we can see track actually on park grounds. With this one, we don't see any track theme to it. The only track that we see is the How to Train Your Dragon, the Dueling Coaster, and of course the Donkey Kong Coaster. So once we see track that's completely different from those, then we'll know it's most likely for this Universal Monsters Family Coaster. And then like I said, you got the massive e-ticket attraction. Well, this building's going to be massive, and I cannot wait to see this attraction, what it's going to be. Lots of rumors speculating it being kind of like Harry Potter and a Kruka arm, but just with like a different system, a more advanced system. So I think regardless if it's like the exact same system as Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey with a monsters theme attraction, this land will definitely like cater to the Halloween and horror fans and just monster fans in general, and I cannot wait. Like, it's going to be absolutely amazing because there's nothing else like it. There's no other monsters themed land, or at least full on immersive themed land that I know of. There's also some construction progress on the quick service windmill restaurant, so that's fun and exciting. We can actually start to see it take shape a little bit. Obviously, once we start to see that go more vertical, then we'll be able to confirm that that indeed is going to be the windmill. But as for monsters, let's move on over across the pond and talk about the brand new Wizarding World. Obviously, we have our opinions about them bringing Harry Potter universe into another themed land, especially considering the fact that the resort's now going to have 3 different themed lands in that universe. But however, I do think it's going to be cool. Like, they'll definitely spruce up Harry Potter to look really neat. We've seen what they've done with Diagon Alley, the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, and obviously more recently Hagrid's Magical Creature Motorbike Adventure. So I don't doubt Universal Creative at all. The actual Ministry of Magic building is currently vertical, and it looks like they're going to start to close it off a little bit more. You can really see the different curves and the archways and the unique shape of the Ministry of Magic. Now, I haven't really done my research a whole lot on this specific land, but it does look like it's shaping up to be very, very cool. I would say though, out of all of the lands in Epic Universe, this seems to be the one that's not moving as fast as the other ones, as there's nothing other than the building really that's currently being constructed at a rapid pace. But I'm sure that will change very, very soon, because the main attraction will actually be housed inside of the Ministry of Magic building, and of course we'll probably see other stuff along the way. But like I said, I don't want to spend too much time on that because I'm not fully knowledgeable of the new Wizarding World land. Moving into more just the central Epic Universe, we have progress on the Dueling Coaster, which track is on ground for the Dueling Coaster. You can start to see them place roller coaster footers and really kind of shape out where this attraction is going to go. I think this will probably be one of the more unique attractions there. I've actually been on a Dueling Coaster myself, and it's going to be similar to the one over at Six Flags Magic Mountain with West Coast Racers, and I think that this will be the perfect addition for Epic Universe right there in the middle. Don't know what the theme's going to be. One could assume that it's going to be space themed, but I'm really excited to experience this because with West Coast Racers, I think that they do a perfect job at making you feel like you're on a race car with the different random launches and then coming to a break like a car would. I think that the possibilities are endless with the Dueling Coaster, and of course you have that aspect of racing each other right there in the center of the park. But speaking of in the center of the park, they are currently constructing the massive water fountain area that's supposed to host shows like the one that they have at the Bellagio with the water show and the different water jets shooting up. This is going to be the centerpiece of the park. It's going to look absolutely beautiful. And guys, I just got to say that the size of this fountain is going to be absolutely insane. Like, it's going to be so big. It's definitely going to be such a sight from the Epic Universe Hotel. And just when you're walking into the park, seeing that right in the middle of the park and seeing it from the different lands too, because I'm sure you'll be able to see it from every angle of this park with how big it's going to be. And one thing I kind of just want to sidetrack on is it's insane to me how many vehicles are in this plot of land and how many people are bringing this theme park to life. Like I said, it goes back to the whole thing, like, when was the last time you saw a theme park being constructed in front of your very eyes, at least in the country, because it's insane the amount of work that goes into this on a daily basis. There has to be at least 100 people or more on site every single day, and I'd say, like I said, more. every single day at this park. It's no just like constructing a land where they can just take a day off. There are tons of people working on this park every single day to get it open as soon as possible. Moving into our last bit of construction, we have the How to Train Your Dragon area. We get a great aerial shot once again, thanks to Bio for providing this amazing shot. This land is going to be pretty massive. I'd say that this and Nintendo will probably be the biggest lands just from the looks of it and just from what they have planned for it. So they obviously have construction going on for the Great Hall restaurant. That looks like a lot of fun. I think that's going to be a really neat themed experience, similar to like the Three Broomsticks over in the Wizarding World. I think it's going to kind of give off that aesthetic, which I'm extremely excited about because of How to Train Your Dragon. Not only that, we have construction on the theater. Now the rumored attraction for that is actually the show that they have themed to How to Train Your Dragon in the newly opened Universal Studios Beijing, and I've watched different highlights of that show and it looks absolutely incredible, like top-notch entertainment. So I think if Epic Universe brings something like that to their park, they're definitely going to have a hit on their hands. It's going to be extremely popular. I mean, we've seen what they've done with the Bourne Stuntacular already. They're really stepping it up in the entertainment game, and I cannot wait to see if it's true that show come on over here to the US parks. I think that will be nuts. Like, if I had to pick a land, I'm second. Okay, right off the bat, I'm going to say right now, it's going to be Universal Monsters, and then How to Train Your Dragon, and then Nintendo, and then the Wizarding World, as far as my anticipation for lands go. And as we get closer to like 2025, or could be earlier, I'm going to start kind of ranking where I see everything once we have more confirmation on the attractions, on the lands, etc., etc. I can't wait to make my anticipation list for attractions, because that's going to be, I'll have to do a podcast for that. That's going to be a long list and a whole lot of fun to talk about too. Last thing for How to Train Your Dragon, they're actually working on construction for the coaster that's going to go in there too. I think that How to Train Your Dragon will have the most attractions, not rides, but most attractions in total, if I'm not wrong. And one of them being a coaster, so track is actually on grounds for that as well. So we have the Donkey Kong track, the Dueling Coaster track, and the How to Train Your Dragon track all on site for Epic Universe. Overall though, Epic Universe is a beautiful mess right now. And I say beautiful mess because there's stuff going on all over that plot of land. There's rumors that the hotel's actually going to open a lot earlier than Epic Universe, which would be neat, because then technically would you get a site to be able to view the construction progress of Epic Universe? Not too sure how that'd work, or if they even offer rooms on that side to view the construction, but that would be pretty awesome. I mean, I'd pay extra just to stay in that room and watch the construction progress go. I mean, I could set up a time lapse there. That would look freaking awesome. I don't know though, those are just the rumors right now. It looks like there's really no big hotel progress. Once we start to see the hotel go vertical, we'll be able to have like a time frame on whether or not if that's going to open earlier than the actual theme park. But let me know what you guys are most excited for down below in the comments section for Epic Universe, whether it be the Universal Monsters Land, Nintendo. What are you most excited for? Let us know down below in the comments section. Huge shout out to Bio Reconstruct, like I said, for letting us use his different photos that he captured of Epic Universe construction. It's always a big help, and it's always a pleasure seeing the different work that he puts out. So make sure to give him a follow on Twitter, and I'll also have it linked down below in the description. But as for today's video, my name is Scott, and you've been watching Exploring Attractions. Positivity is key, and most importantly, remember to keep exploring. Peace out, everybody.